Welcome back to Tipping Point. I'm your host, Kara McKinney. Since the fall of Roe, Illinois has been busy passing a number of radical abortion laws to put the squeeze on crisis pregnancy centers. Basically, the goal is just to regulate them out of existence. But it's not just new laws. There are older laws that are still in legal limbo, such as one that passed back in the year 2016 to alter the 1970s era Health Care Right of Conscience Act. The new law forces pro-life pregnancy centers to refer for abortions or to give patients information about providers who do, regardless of their own personal religious convictions. Basically, the law commands them to be abortion cheerleaders to the women who enter their clinic. The left has gone from redefining words to telling you what you can't say to now telling you what you must say. Our friends over the Alliance Defending Freedom are representing several pregnancy centers which are challenging the law. The 3-day trial began last Wednesday, though a ruling might not come for weeks yet. Joining us now to discuss is Kathy Lesnoff, the president and CEO of Mosaic Health, one of the pregnancy centers being represented by the ADF. Kathy, thanks for being here tonight.
It's great to be with you.
Great. So the case went to trial last week starting on the 20th. Where do things stand now?
Well, currently, we're serving under the injunction, as you stated, and we're waiting to hear from the judge. And our hope is that he will uphold the injunction.
And of course, so the injunction, just so the audience is aware, is what's making sure that you guys don't have to be the abortion cheerleaders, correct, while this legal limbo plays out?
Yes, that motion was filed, and Kevin can actually address that with ADF a little bit better than I, but that was actually granted to us several years ago, which allowed us to continue to do what we do, which is never doing abortions, much less referring for them, nor would we ever lie to our patients. Certainly, we're not going to be presenting abortion as a treatment option.
And I, of course, appreciate that deeply because that is what is so needed right now. And I know when it comes to the courtroom, were you able to be inside it all during the trial? Were you able to listen in? Did anything that you've heard thus far, at least from the judge or from anything else that you heard inside the courtroom, does it make you optimistic perhaps that this injunction will be upheld?
Yes, we feel very hopeful. I was there for the entire trial and had an opportunity to testify, so that was very exciting. I'm always so happy to talk about the work that pregnancy resource centers are doing all across the country, the many services that we're able to offer women and men and families that are in need. Just it really changes the face of our communities. So I was there for every minute. It was exciting. We're very, very hopeful. We had some amazing expert witnesses that testified, not only other pregnancy resource center executive directors, but OBGYNs. It was just amazing, Kara.
And of course, you have my prayers and everyone watching at home's prayers as well. And I was reading a little bit, I think it was on the ADF's website, about some of your background. I mean, it knocked my socks off how God was able to work through you. I was wondering if you could, just for the audience, explain some of your background, the low point that you were at many years ago when you were working at an abortion clinic, actually, and how you came to God, where it was able to fix your marriage and then now be such a huge voice leading the pro-life movement.
Sure. I got involved in one of the largest abortion facilities in the Midwest at that time. I was actually hired as a medical assistant to assist the doctors during the abortion procedure. So even though I was hired to assist the doctors, I was trained in every area of that abortion clinic. So I learned a lot, Kara, and it really showed me so many things. But during that period of time, a lot of things were going wrong in my life. And all of that led me to a failed attempt at suicide. So that night, when the gun didn't go off, I reached out to my mother-in-law and I went over to her house and she introduced me to Christ. And she just told me what it was to have a personal relationship with him. So I gave my heart to the Lord. My husband did 2 weeks later. And then shortly after that, I was a witness and assisted in an abortion on one of my patients that was actually 23 weeks pregnant. And you have to realize, Kara, at that time, they were only licensed to do first trimester abortions. So this was way too far along for them. But God revealed in that abortion that I was killing babies. And it didn't matter if they were 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks. It did not matter. In the face of that little boy, I knew I was killing babies. So the next day I walked out, never to return. And then began 5 years later, I still had that heart for women, and we began what is now known as Mosaic Health.
Well, God bless you. And as we wrap up this segment before I go into the break, I do want to ask you, for our audience, what do you guys do at Mosaic Health? I think there's some ultrasounds, free testing. What services do you provide to women, and where can people find out more about Mosaic Health?
Great. They can look at our website, supportmosaic.org. We offer free pregnancy testing, ultrasounds. We offer a variety of baby items that we give them and provide for them. We have parenting classes, post-abortion counseling for women who have chosen abortion and now regret their decision. We car seats, diapers, lotion, all of the baby items that are necessary to get a good start. Plus, we're just that support for that woman who finds herself in an untimely pregnancy, and we're going to support her and encourage her throughout her entire pregnancy.
And of course, that's why the state's going so hard after you and other pro-life pregnancy centers as well, because you prove the lie that the left always tells us, that there's no help, there's no hope, anything. The only thing that can help here is the abortion. And of course, you guys at the clinic say, no, we're here to help. We're here to be the shoulder to lean on. We can help with all sorts of other services that these vulnerable women may need to continue their pregnancies and to have a happy and healthy life with their child, instead of the alternative of what the left would try to impose on many vulnerable women. Kathy, God bless you. We'll keep an eye on your case. Thanks for dropping by tonight.